What's up guys, it's Annette back from action. Right now I'm about to check out the lyrics to Summer Rain as well as the lyrics for Rainbow, which were the two songs that Gfriend came back with their repackage. I know a couple people at least have asked me to check out Rainbow now that I checked out Summer Rain. And I wanted to react to the lyrics of Summer Rain because even though I had the lyrics, I'm going to watch the video. I really wasn't paying attention. I was a little more focused on my girls because they were looking all cute and sad at the same time, so I was very upset. So I did just want to check out the lyrics again real quick, and then I'll check out Rainbow itself as a song. In general, I did really like Summer Rain. I haven't had a chance to check out any stages, and I didn't watch the Weekly Idol they were just on because the first part with, like the first episode they were in with just them has not been subbed anywhere, at least that I can find. But the second episode that they're also in with B1A4 has been subbed. So I'm like, what? So I'm waiting to see if I can find a sub for the first part, and then I'll watch them both. But usually I don't do reactions to this. Maybe if I find it and I'm like not like busy, I'll react to it. If anyone has a link by the time I get this up and I haven't watched it, go ahead and send it to me. But I might have watched it by then. Who knows? We'll see. So go ahead and send me the link, and then if I've watched it, great. If I haven't, then I'll react to it. Actually, if you send me the link, I'll react to it. Otherwise, if I find it first, sorry. Anyway, let's check out Summer Rain. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Also, quick note, like, a lot of people have been commenting when I do lyric reactions, like, oh, those lyrics are wrong. Like, I assume the lyrics aren't perfect when I do lyric reaction videos because a lot of people just take the translations from, like, sites that aren't perfect. And they make these videos, which is, you know, fine, but obviously it's not accurate then. It's true, you know. Cindy. Because obviously there are some sentences that clearly just don't make sense. I would share everything with you, Ju. I mentioned when I was reacting to the MV that this sounded like an outro song for an anime, like they played on the outro of an anime. And even the lyrics make me think of an outro of an anime. I love that part. So cute. No, yeah, like the lyrics really did remind me of like kind of outro, especially like when it's like, oh, they were like talking about it's as crystal clear as our story or whatever they said. I'm really bad at remembering things I just read, by the way. Like, I can read fast, but like I can't retain what I read. But I got the gist, of the story or whatever, or of the song. Sorry, but yeah, it's just like a very just like kind of simple song about a love story, and that's what Yudachinko is honestly good at singing. Sorry, I just got triggered thinking about the podcast incident. If you haven't heard about it, I'll talk about it after we react to Rainbow, because I don't want to talk about it right now. Because this is the first time I am hearing Rainbow, so I don't want to spoil it by talking about some nonsense. Alright, let's check out Rainbow. Ready, guys? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, Una! It's a little loud. Yes! 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 This is my Yudachinko bop! Yes, Yudachinko! Give it to me. Me neither, girl. Never mind. Never mind. That's woo. Rainbow, rainbow. Oh, she looks so grown up in this picture too. Oh my gosh. She's so young lady. Young lady. Yes, Yuju! Perfect Yudachinko bop. Perfect. That was a fave for sure. Definitely reminds you of like the more boppier Yudachinko songs, but with a very simple, happy message. I think that's for me what Yudachinko is. Like, I think for me, I've said I think 4 times now. For me, I think when it comes to guy groups, I'm a little like, you know, obviously I like the visuals and the dancing and all that, but what really attracts me to them is their like more lyrics and when they talk about more interesting things, you know what I mean? Like they have lyrics that talk about kind of more real life stuff. But for the girl groups, since in general I'm not usually a huge girl group person, I think I do kind of go to them for the more simpler, happy songs, you know, like the songs that just feel good. Obviously guy groups have those songs too, but for me the guy groups that I really love have the more deeper meanings and deeper messages behind their songs. Girl groups can't think of any. You can tell me some if you know some. I can't think of like girl groups that have those kind of deeper meaning songs. Yeah, to definitely let me know if there's some out there that maybe I just haven't come across them yet, or maybe I'm just forgetting some right now. But I would definitely be interested in those kind of girl groups. Honestly, I think Rough was a very kind of sentimental and meaningful song. Sorry, but just thinking, just like, you know, Gfriend does kind of have some more songs, but in general, you kind of see that their songs are a little more just happy and feel good, and I think this Rainbow is definitely one of those songs. And I feel like that's why I really love Gfriend. They're just that group for me that can do the happy-go-lucky, carefree songs in a way that I like, whereas other groups do those songs, and I don't really care. As far as what I was talking about earlier, before we started the Rainbow reaction, in case you are a Gfriend fan and you did not hear about what happened with this podcast, I will let you know, but prefacing this, I'm saying it's over. Don't go on Twitter to try to start anything. It's done. The podcast has been taken down. They're not doing the podcast anymore. But I wanted to just say something about it because, I mean, I mentioned it on my Twitter, but didn't really go off on my Twitter. And I talked about it with a friend, but that's about it. Haven't really had a place where I can felt I can talk about it. Basically, the story, if you haven't heard, was there was this podcast, and it was a K-pop podcast, by the way. It's not just like a random podcast. It was a K-pop generated, their content was K-pop topics and groups. So that was the main point of the podcast. I'm not going to name names because there's a guy that participates in it whose name I know, but the two girls, I don't know their name. So there's a guy and two girls, and they were talking about the latest comebacks, including BTS's comeback, as well as Gfriend, and I think maybe Bobby and maybe one other group, I don't remember. But it blew up because they were dissing BTS. And they said some shitty things about BTS. I'm not going to talk about it here because this is not what this is about. But they said some shitty things about BTS, and I was really angry at that point. But the point that really pissed me off was when they started talking about Gfriend, because they said some really triggering things to me that were I was like, first of all, how dare you? And I will say it was the two girls mainly that were dissing both BTS and Gfriend. The guy that was involved in the podcast, he really didn't say much or tried a little to defend either Gfriend or BTS. So he's been kind of forgiven and let go in this situation. But basically, they were talking about this comeback, I think, the Summer Rain comeback, and he was saying that he liked it, and they literally were like, no, you're lying. You're lying, bro. You don't like this. We all know you don't actually like this. We'll translate what you actually mean. We know for a fact you don't like the song. And he was like, no, actually, I really do. I like this concept. I like, Gfriend. I like Georgia Chingu. I think this was a good song. And they're like, no. We know you're lying. And I'm just like, first of all, how dare you? If the man has his opinion, let him have his opinion. You can't just sit there and be like, no, we know you're lying. And they're like, oh, sorry, I almost said something. Oh, you're too nice, bro. We'll translate. I'm like, you can't say that. What if he genuinely liked the song? What if he genuinely has his opinion? And you're over here saying he's lying? What? And then they went on to be like, they were just very dismissive of this whole song and the whole Gfriend comeback. And they're like, whatever, just let Gfriend go back to twirling, doing their little acrobatics in their skirts, literally word for word what they said, acrobatics in their skirts, for those pervy old men who like that. I was listening to this on my phone, and I was through my phone. I'm like, well, that's stupid. It's my phone. It's not my phone's fault. But I was so angry. I'm like, how dare you? First of all, I'm a 26-year-old woman. Yes, I told you my age. I'm a 26-year-old woman, and Gfriend is my favorite group. I prefer this kind of group over any of the other kind of groups that are out there right now. This is my group. So don't even stereotype their fan base like that. How dare you? Second of all, it's not like Gfriend is the only group attracting pervy old men. Come on. Every single girl group in Korea is attracting those kind of men. So you cannot just be like, oh, it's Gfriend and their short skirts and their twirly dance moves. How dare you? This group is one of the most talented girl groups in Korea. And you are basically shitting all over that fact. Shitting all over the fact that they can dance, they can sing, or no, that they can outdance and they can outsing half the girl groups that are in this industry. And you're trying to shit all over that by saying that all they do is spin around so old men can watch their skirts fly up. Like, how dare you as fellow women try to say that about them? Like, oh, I was so triggered. So at that point, I was like very just like anti the whole thing. Like, I was angry before about what they said about BTS, but I was very anti this whole podcast and like, you know, down with the podcast after that, because for me it was like the BTS things they said were very much could have been seen as their just opinion, even though they were stupid things to say and triggered me equally for some of the things that were said. It was just like, okay, sure, maybe that could be your opinion. I just wish you had said it in a nicer way, because you said some really mean things about the members. But the Gfriend thing, it was like they were tearing them down as a group and tearing down their image, and I was not happy about that, and I did not want to stand for that, and I was very angry. Luckily, the whole thing got kind of like, because it blew up because of BTS, but because of that, the whole podcast got taken down. They're not doing that podcast anymore. I'm hoping, a lot of people are like, well, good, those women should be out of jobs. Because honestly, by the end of it, everyone was like on the guy's side, because he was the only one on Twitter that was even defending himself. And the girls were, I don't even know if they said anything, but because no one really knew who they were. But in general, no one's willing to forgive those women, and I will never forgive those women. There's one, like, I'm like, girl, you say you meet me in a dark alley, like, we gonna fight, because she said some shit about Jimin that but in general, I was just very triggered about what they said about Gfriend, and I just, no, how dare they. So in general, that's just something I wanted to say, because it's my channel and I have the right to say that on my channel. I just wanted to say that that was very upsetting and let you guys know about that if you hadn't heard about that. And like I said, in general, it's over. Don't be trying to find the podcast. It's done. It's gone. You won't be able to find it. But it's just something that for me as a Gfriend stan, I had to say something about. If you guys like this reaction, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Comment below anything else you want me to watch. That's where I'm taking requests again. What? And I'll be trying to check it out as soon as possible. My new plan for my channel is to release 2 videos at least a week. So be on the lookout for those. And yeah, other than that, just the next video. Oh yeah, be sure to follow me on Insta and Twitter.